How do trains get to your place? Did they roll in after you were browsing on a website and you wait for them to be delivered? Or perhaps through a larger screen called window shopping? The other side of the windows offers a chance to see and touch what was only a small picture on a computer. If you like what you see and it fits your budget, you can take it with you and the fun begins.
Come on inside! We got the Hobby Rock store! Hey, this is my music. Look at this train. This is the Santa Fe you were looking for!
Going inside a real hobby store helps you learn the different sizes or scales of model trains and all the accessories that can go with them. The excitement of seeing and touching carefully all those choices and things you might not have thought of builds your vocabulary about trains.
These are really pretty. Look at all these trains here. It's the cutest. Forwards, left.
In episode 1, we told you about how trains come in different sizes or scales. Here's Kevin from Hobbyworks to tell you more about that.
On our test track, or our track testing area. So, going from the back towards me, we have our G scale or garden scale track, which is the biggest that we carry. We have the Lionel or O gauge sitting right here, also a very popular size. This is actually for older style trains. This is the old non-fast track. This is referred to as a fast track system. We have HO, which I think is probably, I would say, maybe actually our most popular and most.
The differences in track types is important because the newer fast track, which comes with its own ballast and tabs for connecting the rails, won't work with the older versions that used rail-to-rail connectors, and you need to know that before you start making your own train layout. Couplers are another example of something you need to watch out for. Two of the oldest and most famous model train manufacturers, Lionel and Bachmann, used different styles. They each had very good reasons for why they took different approaches to the knuckle-style couplers used on rail trains. What you need to know to keep your trains rolling is that they won't connect to each other. Our solution was simple enough. We made two loops, one for Bachmann and another one for Lionel. The two-track layout has worked really well for us. Accessories of all kinds, from trees and shrubs from different seasons, and buildings of all kinds, gives your trains a place to run and gives your imagination the opportunity to run even further. Imagination is great. Sometimes, though, you need to find an expert who knows their way around the electric motor on your locomotive or how to put the wheels or the couplers back on. Finding a good repair shop is hard, but worth looking for. Keeping your trains rolling is a big job and very important.
Oh no, we had an accident.
It feels really good when everything comes together. Remember, it's just as important to have some fun. After the holiday, we decided Polar Express needed to go back in its box and wait till next Christmas. But they still love trains. So out came the boxes with my old HO trains, rolling stock and old-fashioned track, and the next phase of our clickety-clack journey along the railroads began. What you get for your layout doesn't have to come from online or a store. Let people know you're interested in trains, and even if you go to a flea market or a yard sale, you'll know what you're looking for, and again, you can get some real bargains. Remember, in the first episode, we told you the most important part of how your train rolls is your imagination. That's still true. When it comes to how you got your trains to run on a special board or a layout of your floor or a tabletop, the main thing is your imagination. Where's the engineer?
Right there.
Enjoy it.
Bye! See you later!
That special episode we promised on how trolleys and streetcars roll will be arriving in June. We will look at the difference between trains and trolleys and how they share ground with cars. We'll take a closer look at the electric motors that drive the wheels and where that electricity comes from. Join us for a great ride.